So one of the things we think about a lot in marketing and doing marketing audits, whether it's paid media audits or earned media audits, et cetera, is opportunity cost, right? The cost of making a bad decision or
Yep.
making no decision at all. So where is the greatest risk for an organization? Is it in making the wrong hire, or is it in promoting the person to a role for which they're not a fit?
That's a tough question to ask. I think honestly, if I may be so bold, I think the biggest risk is really homogenizing your workforce and doubling down on more of the same. I actually think that's the biggest risk, because what organizations have done is, and I'm going to be a science nerd for a second, they've really reduced their chances of making a type 1 error, which means if I hire someone, I want to make sure that they will like be successful at the cost of making more type 2 errors, which means that if I don't hire someone, I'm confident that they're not a fit. And so what they're doing is, because they want to reduce the likelihood that someone is not going to work out, they're actually saying no to a whole host of people that actually could be great fits, but we'll just never know. And I think that's actually the far bigger risk is, and that's how we end up homogenizing the workforce, right? Like, because people become very good at pattern recognition, but that pattern recognition is extremely limited in what I can recognize, right? So you must have gone to a certain school and you must have done an internship at like, and all these things. And then if you've done all these things, then I can feel fairly confident that you're going to work out here. But then you've narrowed your, opportunity set to like 5% of the population, right? So actually the biggest opportunity cost is if we don't broaden the funnel, if we don't look for those patterns outside of what we already know, and if we really just give short shrift to a much broader demographic of people that could do it. And again, I mean, just a little plug on soft skills, that's what soft skills allow you to do, right? Is I can determine the soft skill profile of someone who is Caucasian male and has been in the Western world most of their upbringing, and I can find that exact same pattern in a person of color who lives in sub-Saharan Africa, right? I mean, that's the beauty of soft skills, is that they're very equally distributed amongst all genders, races, environments. And so I can, even if my pattern to date has been pretty limited, I can broadly expand that by looking at different types of data, which, by the way, you could never do with a resume, because, the resume of a person of color in sub-Saharan Africa looks nothing like that of a white male, raised in the US, for example, right? So that's why I think we have to expand our opportunity set of people that we're looking at. And to do that, we need to start looking at different types of data.